Brandon Lang, you have my game list here.
No.
Brandon Lang is ready to roll here for. And by the way, before you do any bets, throw any bets down, you certainly would want to go to BrandonLang.com. It's week number 6 in the NFL. Good morning, Brandon.
God, what up, you crazy kids? That corny old song actually had me bobbing my head.
You were all right. So maybe it's not so bad.
Chad's
maybe,
onto something.
You got Manaski who likes it, and
That's
Brandon.
not what I said. I said I understood his words.
Okay.
That was what I
you
said.
You mean you don't like it?
I didn't say that either.
All right. Brandon, I want to. I've been talking to you about a lot about Syracuse because we were all really high on Syracuse. And Babers said, listen, we're not going to go into this game with Pitt and lose twice to Clemson. Did that happen, or is Syracuse just not as good as we thought they were? What do you think?
No, listen, the coach can say all the right things at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's his job to say all the right things at the end of the day. But I've said the huge difference between college kids and pro kids is pro, that's done. Now we're in meetings, and you move on to the next week, and it's a job.
Yeah.
Pros just shake it off their back and get right after it, and they won't even remember what happened the previous week. Because, man, it's the NFL. You got to get ready for your next opponent. These are 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old college kids that, you know, if they had gotten blown out by Clemson and lost by 4 touchdowns and the game wasn't even close, they probably would have beat Pitt.
Right.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
But when you lose a game like that in the manner in which you do on the road, in a game you had won against the number 2 team in the country, beating them for a second straight year, it's all right there. And then you got to go on the road again. It was the ultimate flat spot. It happens no matter what the coach does. You can't get these kids to respond because they're kids, and it's frustrating because they're a really good football team that got caught in arguably the worst spot a college team can get caught up in, and it's frustrating for the coaching staff.
And by the way, Pittsburgh, which notoriously in modern times beat Syracuse, they just have Syracuse's number, and boy, it was a good game, but it's a game I thought we probably should have won. But you're right, these are college kids; it's a different deal.
Just hard to go back to campus and hear everyone say, great game. You guys came so – you just hear it. It's almost being brainwashed. You get to practice. You just got to pick yourself up. And that's what separates the elite teams that lose that one game and then battle back and can't make it, too. When you're a young team and Babers trying to establish a winning tradition, those are the ones you got to figure out a way to get your kids over the hump. Hadn't done it yet. Too bad, but it's frustrating because I like Syracuse as a team.
All right, I want to ask you, so let's start out week 6 with a big one Manaski's all excited about tonight, the Eagles and the Giants.
You know, I've handicapping 101, if you can't protect the quarterback, you're not going to win football games, and that's the problem with the Giants. They did a better job at Carolina protecting the quarterback, but this is a bad matchup for the offensive line of the Giants. And so, to me, the better team is Philadelphia. They played the tougher schedule. Got caught in a revenge game last week. I'm going to buy the 3 down to 2.5, and I'm going to go with Philadelphia over the Giants.
All right. Let's see. Into the weekend, the Jets are hosting Indianapolis 1 o'clock.
Yep. Again, you go from being the home dog and shocking the world to turning around and being a home favorite. Colts 3-1 on the road this year against the spread. I'll take Andrew Luck in Indianapolis plus the 2.5. Make sure you buy it at the 3, and make sure you get that field goal plus 3.
Bills played really well last week. Bills at Houston this weekend.
Yeah, again, home dog, big win, go on the road. I'm a little scared with getting shut out at Green Bay, and as you saw last week, that Green Bay defense got torched by Matthew Stafford. So I don't know if Houston's defense is going to give a lot to Allen. This is a tough spot for him. I think you have to lay the 10 with Houston and force Buffalo to do something that they couldn't do at Green Bay, and that's score and cover the number against a Houston defense that I think is better. And by the way, Bill O'Brien, 5-1-1 as a home favorite since 2016.
Wow. And speaking of Green Bay, that's the Monday night game. They host San Francisco.
I know. He's sitting right there going, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I'll just tell you this. A lot of points going to be scored in that game. The Niners quietly have gone over the posted total in 7 of their last 8 games. Lambeau on a Monday night, you get good weather. Aaron's going to light it up. Let's go over posted total.
All right, did I lose you? You still there?
Said over, yeah,
over the posted total.
Over.
Got you. All right, any other games that anything you're looking at, keeping an eye on, like you think this might be the one?
The big one, Patriots in Kansas City.
Yep, that's the 8 o'clock game.
8 o'clock game. People are, listen, I get the whole Kansas City hype, but that defense, that Chiefs defense, which, Blake Bortles couldn't stop turning it over, but Tom Brady's not going to do that at home. I will be shocked. Remember I said this. You can play it back for me next week if you want.
Okay.
I will be absolutely shocked if New England doesn't put up 45 points on that defense. Shocked. Absolutely shocked if New England does not get over 40 by the half-point late 3 with New England. The undefeated Chiefs go down, and they go down big.
Okay. All right. I love it.
What's the over on that game, by the way?
59.5.
Wow.
Highest total in the regular season going back 11 years.
But again, you have Brady, and then you have the Chiefs, and Mahomes, who scores
like
48 touchdowns a quarter. So
yeah. And baseball, Yankees out of it. A lot of people disappointed up here on that. Who do you pick for? Who do you pick to go all the way?
It's going to be a repeat. It's going to be the Dodgers in Houston, and I've said it time and time again. You're not going to go through that Astros pitching staff and beat them at 4 out of 7. Yeah, I mean, you look at those arms. You look at Keuchel. You look at Verlander. You look at Cole. They're too good. They're just too good. So I'm gonna ride Houston. I already bet them, and I'm gonna ride the Astros again.
And I got to say, what kind of has stalled is we really thought we'd see legalized gambling, sports betting, here in New York at the very least at the Turning Stone, the United Nation. We thought we'd see it by now, and it still hasn't happened. It seems like Albany can't get this together.
It will. They said 3 years to get it all ironed out completely.
Yeah.
Individual bills got to be passed, and horse tracks got to get individual bills passed, and it's it'll be hung up. But I said taxable dollars are too much for the local states not to get involved. It's just a matter of time. They'll get with the program.
One of the Manaski's criticism is very similar to the marijuana argument. It's like you can call your bookie and you can probably
if you bet on games, you already know a guy. You already know a guy, and he gives you credit. For instance, you bet 5 games on Sunday at $20 a piece. You don't pay up until Thursday, Wednesday. You know what I mean? If you're placing it a window, you got to put the cash down in advance, plus the tax. The what do they call it? The VIG, whatever it is.
Yeah. So, and the way you'd have to do it here is you got to pay up front if you're going to do it. Do you think that my take on this is the state's going to come down hard on the illegal bookies? That's what I think is going to end up happening.
It may. Joey 5 Dimes and Louis Knuckles are always around the corner. You ain't got to worry about that. But the difference is, you got to put your money up now, but you get your money right after you win. Yeah. Immediately, gratification and payment right now. So, you want to wait a week, and then let's say you have a big week and your bookie doesn't want to pay you. Okay, good luck getting that money. So there's arguments to both sides of the coin. If you have your bookie and you've been betting with the same bookie your whole life, that's fine. But most of these places are going to be set up to sit down and bet the game and watch the game and have some cocktails and make it the Vegas sportsbook experience, which is why people go to Vegas and enjoy the sportsbook. And when this gets ironed out, there's something about going to a place and betting a game and sitting with your boys and holding your ticket. When that game wins, you go cash your ticket, and you're like, there's some excitement to that. There's an argument on both sides.
All right, it's going to be interesting. It's going to change the world up here. Going to change the world. Brandon Lang, before you do anything, go to his website, brandonlang.com, and we'll talk to you again next week. Thanks, man.